What is up, everybody? Welcome to another video, and I am here in my awesome Conrad Classical basketball hoodie, and I'm here to talk college championship predictions. Tomorrow is the main day for college championships, as we did have two last night with the Oregon and USC being a great game, and then Ball State and Buffalo also a very close game. So for tomorrow, that's when all the exciting ones are. That's when all the important ones are. And I think I'm just gonna go down the list in the order that they'll happen today. So I think so. Just starting it off, there are two at 10 o'clock. The first one listed on ESPN is at number 14 Northwestern versus number 4 Ohio State. As much as I want Northwestern to win, because I don't like Ohio State. I'm a Wisconsin fan. I'm a Wisconsin fan. I don't like Ohio State. I don't like Northwestern either because they beat us. But I'd much rather see Northwestern beat Ohio State and knock Ohio State out, and then Texas A&M or Iowa State push in there. That's what I would prefer, mainly because I don't think Ohio State deserves it this year. Not because they look like a top 4 team, but they had the committee change rules for them, and or the Big Ten change rules. Sorry, and I don't like that. So but as much as I want Northwestern to win, I know Ohio State's gonna do it. They are the fourth best team in the country, and I think they go ahead and prove it again against Northwestern. I would prefer another like a rematch versus Indiana. That would be my preferred Big Ten championship thing, but not happening apparently. Well, yeah. Next, we have number 10 Oklahoma versus number 6 Iowa State. I'm a huge fan of Iowa State, just because of how balanced their offense is. They even when Breece Hall has struggled on the ground, not getting 125 yards a game, which is typically where he gets for an Iowa State win. In the last 2 games, he hasn't gotten there yet. Iowa State has won due to Brock Purdy and the passing game. Also, this defense should not be overlooked. This defense had a shutout game. I don't remember against who, but I remember this 45-0 against Kansas State. Like, absolutely amazing. And then beating Texas 23-20 in Arlington, great win. And beating the best team, they destroyed the West Virginia, who had the best defense in the Big 12, 42-6. Like it, as of late, like after that, really after their first loss versus Louisiana, Iowa State's looked great. I mean, they had a 3-game win streak going into their matchup against 6th-ranked Oklahoma State, which they only lost by 3. Then went on to beat Kansas by 30, Baylor by 7, Kansas State by 45, Texas, as mentioned, by 30, and West Virginia 42-6, which put them here in the championship game against an Oklahoma team who's not bad by any means. I mean, clearly they're the 10th best team in the country. But after their 1-2 start, like Iowa State, they've looked very impressive. They beat Texas, TCU, Texas Tech by a lot, Kansas by a lot, Oklahoma State by a lot, Baylor by 13. It is unfortunate that their games against West Virginia didn't happen, as those would have been good to telltales. Though Oklahoma did lose to Iowa State in their 3rd game, and lost to Kansas State in their 2nd game, who Iowa State is Iowa State, and Iowa State beat Kansas State 45-0. So while Oklahoma has looked amazing and Iowa State a bit shakier, I'm still going to go with the Cyclones here, as I just love the balanced passing attack. I just love watching it and watching them play. So next, in my opinion, the best game, number 3 Clemson versus number 2 Notre Dame. This time Clemson at basically full health with Trevor Lawrence. Though I'm still gonna go Notre Dame. Because when you go and look back at this game, what did DJ Uiagalelei? I forgot how to say his name, but like looking at the stats, DJ he put up 439 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, it's extremely impressive. Like, he did throw 44 times, so maybe if with Trevor Lawrence, maybe it gets above 29 of 44. Maybe I don't know what else Trevor Lawrence can add that will change drastically change what happened in the last game. I think Ian Book steps up. I think this ground game, which is absolutely amazing with Kyren Williams, putting up 23 yards, or 23 yards, 23 carries, 140 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Like, and Ian Book added 310 yards of his own and a touchdown. I think this Fighting Irish team is amazing, and chaos ensues as Clemson, I think they are the lower seed, but are favored to win this game. Let me make sure they're favored to win. I gotta make sure. It's gonna tell me. Come on. Yeah, Clemson has according to ESPN, the matchup predictor, and that says according to ESPN Football's Power Index, Clemson has a 70.7% chance to win, and Notre Dame leaving them with a 29.3% chance to win. I think Notre Dame wins this. I think they are underrated this year. They might miss out on the playoffs because apparently families aren't allowed. So if that does end up happening, then even more chaos ensues. My guess is Clemson stays in, but just to cause the commotion, and I honestly think Notre Dame will win. So I'm going to go ahead and pick them. So the next game, the only non-ranked versus ranked matchup, is the Mountain West Conference Championship with Boise State and San Jose State, where both teams combined are 11-1, which is very impressive. Boise State's only loss coming to BYU, so two very tough teams. In fact, the same ESPN Power Index, the matchup predictor, gives Boise State a 68% chance to win compared to Fresno State's 32% chance. And I think that's absurd. This San Jose State team is real. I feel very confident that they're going to beat Boise State for whoever cares about the one. But going now to one that people do care about. Alabama versus Florida. I want to pull up the actual. I want to see all that. So the matchup predictor is giving Alabama an 89% chance to win. And our 17-point favorites. And I absolutely agree. I don't think Florida stands a chance. I honestly don't think Florida should be ranked in the top 10, maybe not even the top 15. Okay, Florida is not a good team. They might have the best player in college football this year in Kyle Trask, possibly winning the Heisman. But yeah, so the main talk about Florida is their offense, right? That we all know their offense pretty good. Led by Kyle Trask. Well, Alabama's offense is better. I mean, they average 537.8 yards per game. Mac Jones gets 347.7 yards of it, and Najee Harris and the other running backs 190.1, as compared to Florida's 513 yards, 380. So Kyle Trask does average more yards per game, but with 386.4 compared to 347.7, still very close. And the rushing attack for Florida is 127.1 yards. We also know that Florida's defense, not good. They've given up they average 26.3 points per game allowed this year, as compared to Alabama's 16.8. The yards per game allowed, Alabama allows 340.1 yards compared to Florida's 384.7. But Alabama is just a much better, more well-rounded, as they only allow 227.1 passing yards per game and 113 rushing yards per game, as compared to Florida's 242 passing yards per game and 142 rushing yards per game. So basically, what I take from this, Mac Jones and Najee Harris are going to feast. Kyle Trask will probably he will probably have a great game, as he's an amazing talent, amazing player. But yeah, coming off a loss like that to LSU, my confidence is at an all-time low with Florida. Before that, I was thinking maybe they have a chance, maybe not anymore. Florida, fun season, all done. And finally, the last conference championship game, to my knowledge, unless I'm missing out on something, but I don't think I am, and that is Tulsa, number 23 Tulsa versus number 9 Cincinnati, and I'm all in on Cincinnati. I think they should be the 7th ranked team in the country, behind Iowa State and Texas A&M, maybe even ahead of Iowa State. Maybe they should be 6th. They absolutely should not be 9th. No way they should be 9th. But here we are. They're 9th. But I'm all in on Cincinnati, even though they haven't played in quite a little bit of time. Let me see how. Say the last 2 games against Temple and Tulsa have been canceled. So their last game came against UCF in a very, very intense game. Ended up winning 36-33. I don't know what day that was, though. I was trying to find out what day it was. I can't find it. Anyway, that was their last game. It's been quite a while. But they're back against Tulsa in the conference championship, and I have them winning. This team is extremely talented, and I hope that they do it enough to where even more playoff chaos ensues. But I doubt that'll happen. I think they'll win, but nowhere near as much as they would need to cause playoff commotion. And so the final championship game, which was number 19 Louisiana versus number 12 Coastal Carolina, unfortunately did get canceled due to COVID concerns. So that one's sad. I was hoping to see Coastal Carolina play again, absolutely dominate another ranked team, as this was an amazing year from Coastal Carolina. I can't wait for next year as they maintain Grayson McCall. They're going to be so good again next year. But yeah, so that's it for the conference championship games that I know of. If I miss someone, let me know, please. And I'm really sorry. But basically, I went with the higher seeds. Like, I had Ohio State. So sum it up, Ohio State winning, Iowa State, Notre Dame, San Jose State, Alabama, and Cincinnati, mainly because I think they're ranked higher for a reason. But that'll do it all for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Adios.